If you are in your 30s using retinol and your retinol gives you burning, gives you constant breakouts, making your skin constantly peel, or just not giving you results, it might not be the retinol, it might be your barrier. And before you increase the strength of your retinol, or you quit it completely, or you blame your skin, you need to fix your barrier first. And even if you don't face any of these problems, but you still use retinoids, barrier support is not optional. In my last video, I tested 10 barrier creams. Some I have used with strong retinoids, some post microneedling, some in humidity, some in dry climates. I will link that video if you want product specific recommendations, but in today's video, I want to explain the why. So your skin barrier is primarily your stratum corneum, the topmost, the outermost layer of your skin. Think of it like skin cells is equal to bricks, and the mortar that's holding all these skin cells together are the lipids, ceramides, cholesterol, fatty acids. When that mortar is intact, your skin holds water, keeps irritant out, repairs efficiently, and tolerates actives better. But when that mortar weakens, water escapes, inflammation increases, sensitivity rises, and actives penetrate too aggressively, and that's where most retinol problems start. You see, retinoids increase your skin cell turnover. That's why they work. They accelerate shedding, they thin the stratum corneum initially. They increase transepidermal water loss, and they temporarily reduce lipid cohesion. In simple terms, retinoids make your skin barrier more vulnerable before it becomes stronger. And this is why in the first few weeks you experience tightness, peeling, stinging, redness, random small breakouts, not because retinol is bad, but your barrier is not supported. And if you ignore this phase, you prolong irritation, you delay your results. You sometimes create chronic sensitivity. Now, this is where most of us get it wrong. We think barrier creams are just for damage control. Barrier support does three critical things while using retinoids. It reduces transepidermal water loss. When water loss decreases, skin stays flexible. Flexible skin tolerates actives better. Barrier creams help you restore lipid balance. Ceramides replenish what retinoids temporarily disrupt. It lowers any inflammation. Less inflammation is equal to more consistent collagen stimulation. And collagen production is the entire reason why you're using retinol in the first place. So if your skin is constantly inflamed, it prioritizes repair over regeneration, and that slows visible results. Now, how do you know if your barrier is compromised? Your skin will feel oily and tight at the same time. Moisturizers or your regular serums will sting. Products you've used for years suddenly will not suit your skin anymore. Your makeup will look patchy. You peel beyond 4 to 6 weeks of starting retinols, and breakouts would increase instead of stabilize. For me, I live in humidity. In real weather, outside, my skin feels super oily, but as soon as I step into the temperature-controlled AC room, it starts to feel dry and tight. That is barrier fluctuation, and when I'm using retinoids, I have to be even more careful about using creams that would help support my skin barrier. Now, if you have never used retinol, you're about to start it, do this first. For the first 2-3 weeks, simplify your routine. Stop exfoliating acids, focus on hydration with ceramides, and use sunscreen consistently. If you start retinol on already inflamed skin, you are stacking more inflammation. And after you start, you need barrier support every single day. You can go for sandwich method, start with a barrier repair cream, go with your retinol, add third layer of barrier repair cream. Also use these creams on retinoid off nights. If you are in winter or dry climates, consider adding these creams in the morning routine as well. Also minimize layering too many actives together. In my barrier cream testing video, I mentioned which creams worked best with retinoids in humidity and which were better in cold climates, because climate changes tolerance. What works in winter may feel highly suffocating in humid weather. You have to adapt. So if you are 35 plus, living in your late 30s or 40s, your natural ceramide levels are already declining. And adding retinol without a barrier support is like renovating a house without reinforcing the walls. It won't collapse immediately, but it won't thrive either. If you want to know which barrier cream worked for me in humidity post-procedure, the video is linked down in the description and also here in the cards. And remember, retinol is powerful. A strong barrier makes it effective. A weak barrier makes it reactive. So choose wisely. I hope you found this video helpful. If you do let me know in the comments. I will see you all in my next video. Until then, stay tuned, stay beautiful.